The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, and Shannon Gross.
Welcome to the show. It's Thursday at 9 o'clock a.m. Central Time. You're looking live at Tostitos Championship Plaza outside a dreary Ford Center at the Star of Frisco, Texas, where it is 76 degrees. The high is 87. The low is 70.
He is Shannon. That is Nate. This is Kurt. In the back, keeping us on the air is Chris Beebe. I am Zaddy Holly. Together, we make Hanging with the Boys, the sports talk equivalent of Braille. People
Feel us. Thank you, Jesse.
I didn't do very well.
Yeah, Kurt. Yeah.
He butchered it.
The first time was awful. The second time I kind of got through it.
It's all good. Kind of got through it. Zero energy.
First time I couldn't even remember.
Kind of looking at us like, am I saying this right? Like,
You know I ain't finna get it right.
The funny thing is my children do it better than you.
You're not wrong.
Wow.
You are not wrong. So, how you guys doing? It's been a while since we've been together in the same room. We good?
We're good, man.
Mentals and dentals good?
Middles and dentals are good.
Yeah.
I just got school around here, isn't it?
Yes. Tomorrow's actually the official last day of school. Yeah.
Wow, so
I got a text last night. No, not last night, but yesterday from my dentist. They said, "Hey,
time to come in.
you're due for a cleaning. You're due for a cleaning."
There you go.
So I'm gonna go see my people. Nate used to go to them. His picture was on the wall. Wheatland Dental.
Yes, I did.
Nice.
The doctor. Did I tell you the doctor that he passed away?
Nah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry.
Way to bring the show down.
Sorry.
It's okay.
He should have checked his dentals and
You should have checked it.
Kurt, when's your dentist appointment?
I actually need to make one myself.
You better be. I went and did things. You need to go do things.
I need a physical too. I got to get on it.
And with the new knees.
All this grief.
I got a guy.
No.
Yeah.
I need to get a physical too. I need to get my yearly physical as well.
Good. Yeah.
So
Y'all go
me
get
and Kurt-
checked out.
We go together.
Yeah. Oh,
We'll
hold hands.
Hold hands.
Then you can teach him the opening to the show.
We can practice it.
While you're waiting.
You cough left, you cough right.
Yeah.
So football is back in the building, kind of.
Yes.
A little bit. Did anybody go? Is media even allowed to go to OTAs?
Yesterday.
One a week.
Yeah.
One a week. Did you go, Nate?
I'm going today. I ain't that rule don't apply to me and Jesse. We can walk out there. Yeah.
Kurt, did you go?
No, I'm not having any business down there. I
Just
kind of peered out a
decided
little
not
bit.
to contribute to the show and just say, you know what? I'm for the sake of the show.
We're
I'm
not gonna do
just
that, my
gonna look
boy.
at these
I
guys.
just-
You get a run sheet every time we do a show, courtesy of my boy.
Kurt-
He contributes.
Kurt contributes more to the show.
You're not going
than
to
I
do my boy like that.
That's for sure.
I'll just be in the way down there. They're trying to keep it low.
Yeah.
Hold on, man.
Uh-oh.
We just read. That's why I don't read these, because sometimes you bring bad news. Number 4, Shoemaker is hurt. And
Well, hurt again. After having off-season
there's something about
surgery,
them tight ends that you always bring a curse on, man.
off-season surgery, and now he tweaked his hamstring or something, so he's probably going to miss all the OTAs.
That hurts a
After
little bit.
missing them all last year too.
That hurts a little bit. How important are OTAs? I know we talk about it, and is it more for the new guys and the new coaches and kind of getting back into a rhythm? Is it kind of a ramp up, or is it really does it do good for any of the players?
Yeah, of course. This is there's always, as the young people say, levels to this, right? There's levels to it. And when you're Dak Prescott, right? The leadership from Dak Prescott, he's here, he's present, he's around the guys, he's showing his face, he's visible, his communication is there, all that kind of stuff. You got new offensive linemen. So there's things that he wants to get in and kind of tinker with a little bit. But if Dak Prescott didn't show up to not one OTA and the season started next week, be totally fine. right? With just the understanding what's going on.
Yep.
But this is for guys, for Brock Hoffman. This is my chance to show you how I look, how I've been working this offseason. Chuma Edoga, guys like that, guys who are Rico Dowdle, Deuce Vaughn, Brooks, and guys like that. I'm getting a chance to show you, hey, here are some of the things that I've worked on. Do I look different? Is my body different? Am I more explosive? Can you see a significant change from one year to the next? Right? Of course, we know what it is for the rookies. This is
First week of school.
This is uber important for the rookies.
Right.
Just like from the simple point of getting in the huddle, hearing Dak Prescott call a call. Like, that's so important. Breaking the huddle, getting to the line of scrimmage, getting lined up, hearing an audible, like just hearing his cadence. Said, hot, hey, wide 80, wide. Hearing that is so paramount for the rookies, first year guys. So yeah, but if I'm a guy who's trying to say, this is my time, this is my moment, I want to show and prove that, coach, I'm ready for whatever that next thing is. This is it. This is where it starts. It starts right now, because now coach gets to see what's the third year receiver name? I'm drawing a blank.
Tolbert.
Jalen Tolbert,
yeah.
right? Jalen Tolbert. Hey, coach, I've been working really hard this offseason, right? I can see a coach can look at him and say, okay, even though we're doing routes on air, boy, that route look much different.
He said he
than
looks a
that
little
last year.
more muscular.
A little more
this year.
muscular.
A
So
little
it's
thicker.
things like that you get a chance to see. It's the first impression of the new year. These coaches know a lot of these guys, especially the returning guys. But those first-year guys, especially the rookies, first-year guys, and guys who are looking to have a leap, who are looking to take that leap, it's important to them. It's important because this is the beginning of what you want to put out there for the coaches to see in your evaluation on where they possibly could play you.
So it's important from like an acclimation standpoint, getting you it's important to have a step before training camp. That way you're not just in training camp trying to figure some things out and seeing stuff for the first time and wasting the first few days. Like, you're here, you know how everything works, how it fits, this is how we run this drill, this is where I need to be. That way you're not wasting time when you get into like the really important reps, right? Okay.
And see, the advantage I think they had that me and Jesse didn't have is nothing physical. Oh God! You don't have to fight the physical.
What were
part of it.
OTAs like back when you were here?
It was bloody. It was just ugly, and it was same for Jess. So
Was it?
But rookie mini,
Can you think coming around running a route or learning 4 or 5 new routes and concepts without getting beat up?
Why you getting punched in the ribs?
throat? Yeah. So and then it gives these new guys a chance to know who Mike Zimmer is, how he want to run this new defense, what's some of the new responsibilities. Now, you may not want your big star not being here, Parsons, but that's just a little small bleep. They can catch him up. It's easy to catch up one guy instead of catching up 20 guys. So they're going to get a chance to see what Mike Zimmer is about. And let me just say this right here for everybody. Zimmer is not a Cro-Magnon man. He understands today's NFL players. He know how to relate. He know how to
boy,
talk.
I leave 2 weeks and all of a sudden now you expand the vocabulary and using. God,
I'm just saying.
Sheesh.
I just want people to know that, yes, he is. You're going to run his defense, and you're going to run it to perfection. And he's going to show you and teach you. We got Greg Ellis out there. We got a few other people out there, and so this is going to be for some guys. You can't take what Coach Quinn gave you, the freedom. If you see this, or if you see that, if you read this, you're going to run the defense correctly. And then once you understand where you fit in this defense, then you can start taking chances. I just want to get that out there because a lot of people think he's going to be hardcore. He's going to be hardcore in you doing your job and being held responsible. And don't worry about Parsons. Parsons is going to be all right. But I don't think he'll just be stuck at one position.
Yeah. But isn't it more important this time around because he is installing a new defense? I mean,
it's important, but one thing, as much as I go at Parsons in a hard way a lot of times because I want him to be the complete player, it'll be easier for his defense, for the linebacker coach to say, hey, man, this is where you line up. This is what you do. As long as it ain't 20 guys missing, you all right. One guy, and he's a smart guy, and he's going to be a guy that trying to prove that he's worth more than $21 million. he's going to be receptive to what's happening.
And I think, and I'm not trying to gauge intelligent levels or not, but the one thing that has changed over time in football, and we were just talking about outside the hall, about a whole other matter, but COVID has opened up a new form of learning.
Yes.
Without being present. So those things that Zim is trying to install, at least from a mental standpoint, I mean, Micah could be in China. And he can get on he was. And he can get on a Zoom call with Zim and go, hey, listen, here's install number 1. Here's what we're looking to do. Here's what I want you to kind of watch. Here's some film of a guy who did it.
Yeah.
And so that part of the process can still be, now, granted, and most coaches, especially guys like Zim, I think he's still a guy who's hands-on. I can talk to you over Zoom. We can do some installs over Zoom. We can talk on the phone. I can send you clips, stuff like that. But eventually, I want to get my hands on you on the field. I want to be able to say, hey, no. Shade a little bit more. You know what I mean? Like, hey, no. Put your other foot up. Hey, big guy, when he come off, you gotta be here. Hey, in the A gap, don't do this. If we're gonna double A blitz, then you gotta be the timing. So I think those things he wants to still have, but the mental part of it, what COVID gave us, the gift that COVID gave us was the ability to get on a Zoom call and the technology to, put up while we're on a call, put up a formation, put up a video alongside of it, and me walk you through what we're trying to do. Now, I don't know if Zim has come that long in technology, but I'm sure there's enough interns or GAs around here that could show him how to do it, right? They got some defensive guys that like, hey, young fella, come here. Come hook this up. I got Mike on the call at 2:00. I need to get this video up. So, yeah, all those things are important. And this is the part of the acclimation period. This is just getting your body. There's a thing. Your body has to go through this. Once it goes through that rest period, the season ends, it's in that rest and recovery period. Then you begin to start your off-season workouts and you ramp up. But your body kind of almost have to build a callus back up again to the amount of running. And the one thing that I will always say, great for conditioning in your own and great for doing all those things, you don't get football conditioned unless you're playing football. Yeah. Like you just don't. You don't understand what it means to have, if you're Nate in the trenches, having to fend off another 285-pound dude, 300-pound dude. Like that level of conditioning, I don't care what you're doing.
Play after play.
After play, like that is like a muscle. If you and I went over there off air and we wrestled for 30 seconds and then had to come back on air and speak clearly, we'll be dead. We'll be tired.
30 seconds. That's not long.
Right? So imagine having to do condition yourself. Like that's the part that you have to kind of get your body, your hamstrings and quads as a receiver to that type of running, your feet and ankles to that type of cutting again. Like even your toes, you got to get that back acclimated again because man,
what amazes me if you watch the game within the game, right? Let's just take not even the big fellas that are like rib punching and doing all that, but just receivers, hand fighting and slapping arms and like if you just walked up to somebody in the like right now and I slapped you like you get slapped on every single route you run, you'd be like, damn, that hurt.
Plus that $100,000 you're gonna pay him.
Right. But I mean, just hand fight like you think, man, stop. That doesn't feel good. But on the field, it's like it doesn't even bother you because you're used to it. That's what you do, and your brain gets programmed to like that doesn't hurt. But like that amazes me that you do that for 3 hours on a Sunday, and then you do it 3-4 days a week, and it doesn't bother you. But then if you're not used to it, it's like
you gotta get even like starting and stopping, like from a standstill. Then I gotta build up to 100 miles an hour. Then I gotta shut it down, and then come out of the break again and catch it, and then go run for 20 more yards. Brother, I don't. With another human being hanging on you, that's you got to get acclimated to that.
So, do you need to go? I was going to ask another question. So,
what's the question, and then I'll see if I need.
Well,
to
Each team is allowed 10 OTA
Oh,
practices.
that's a great question.
The Cowboys are only using 6.
Think about it.
And that's a coach's decision. Why? Is that good? Why are they doing it? Is it bad? They got a new defensive coordinator.
Think about that, and we'll answer that in the break because I'm very interested in that. Why? Why wouldn't you take advantage of all your practices? And Chris may have some insight into this because he knows things that we don't know sometimes. Chris, do you know about
all
this?
the time.
Well, are you teasing it, or are you going to let Chris answer? Which
No,
one are you
I
doing?
want to know if he knows insight that'll keep us hanging on even more.
After the break.
After the break.
Okay, when we come back on Hanging with the Boys.
Fall is here, and that means football is back, bringing all the delicious game day foods with it. As you prep for all the big games, tailgates, and watch parties, let Yo Quiero be your one-stop destination for all things home gating. Yo Quiero's fresh, flavorful, ready-to-serve guacamole, made with real Hass avocados, will score taste bud touchdowns as you cheer on the Cowboys. Yo Quiero's wide range of mouth-watering and versatile products can be found in your local grocery store's produce or deli section. Grab some today.
Star Sports Tours is the only official fan travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys, offering exclusive game weekend travel packages with pre-game sideline access and photo ops with current players, cheerleaders, and Cowboy legends. You want to stay at a team hotel, attend the best tailgate party in Texas, tour the Star, and talk X's and O's with me, Everson Walls? With Star Sports Tours, you can. Visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today.
SeatGeek has your back no matter what kind of Cowboys fan you are. So whether you're a diehard fan or a don't really care fan, a we got 'em next time fan or we'll never win again fan, a here for the tailgate fan or a first one through the gates fan, SeatGeek not only makes buying and selling tickets easier than ever before, they made just about everything else easier too. So whether you're a here every week fan or haven't been here in years fan, SeatGeek has you covered. Download the SeatGeek app today. SeatGeek, your ticket to great Dallas Cowboys seats.
How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy, classic wings. Made to order, cooked to perfection. And sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. And, of course, spicy Cajun fried corn. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at wingstop.com.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
What?
Welcome
I
back.
just say, look at the little guy.
Welcome back to the second segment of Hanging with the Boys, brought to you each and every day by Blockchain.
Did we do Wingstop?
We didn't do
or
Wingstop
did we-
yet.
Yeah,
I
I
was
mean,
gonna say
see,
it.
hanging with the boys.
Thank you, blockchain.com. And our show each and every day is brought to you by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
Who, by the way, he took a flight the other day around.
Who that?
Cooks. Brandon Cooks.
He went to the stadium.
He went to the stadium.
Yeah.
Came by the Star.
Hey, stop.
He needs to have both hands on the wheel because he was Instagramming videos and tagging Dak and saying, I can attest Mike McCarthy's putting in work because it was after hours over the Star.
Just keep folks off your plane, brother. You will fly by yourself.
Would you fly with him?
No.
Jesse? No.
I would.
No.
I would. I'd love to go out.
Just to say I did it.
Let's go.
It's not necessarily him, because I don't.
I think I'd rather do that than go on a helicopter
It's not him.
with a professional
it's
pilot.
it's those smaller planes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, hell, look at Boeing now. The big planes is going malfunctioning.
How many little planes go down a year you don't hear about?
Oh, there's
all over the country. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm good on that.
Somebody told me that there's that works for an airline. They're like, there's so many incidents per day that, they have to report everything, like birds in the engines and doors not open. They were like, you would never fly again. It's a list. It's a laundry list every day across the country of like the incidents that they have to file that you would be like, I'm never flying again. Turbulence,
I got a partner that he's a construction guy. His sons made a lot of money in construction. He went out and bought him a plane and learned how to fly. And they're like, come on, Nate. I'm like, it's you. Bro, you went from construction. I mean, I don't get on the real deal. Right? Whoa.
By the way, go Stars and congratulations, Mavericks.
Yeah, here
They've
we
done
go.
something that hasn't happened around here in a while. So how bad do you think that everybody's making a big deal out of it? I'm sure y'all have seen all the social media charts where how long it's been since each team's got to the
conference finals.
Conference finals, 0 years, 0 years, 0 years, and it's what 28 for the Cowboys, 30, whatever.
10,000 days.
Do you think that's a topic of conversation around here? Or do you think it's just like we're focused on trying to do what we can do now, and it's not a big deal because they're still the big fish, right?
Still a big dog.
Still the big dog, unless
big dog and TV ratings and money.
Unless Houston beats you this year, I'm
don't
telling
care
you
about
that's
that.
going to be a big deal if they win. NFL's already pumping that game. Did y'all see that on their Instagram? It's like Texas Showdown.
A lot of Houston players on that one too.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So, question for you guys. Kurt had a great question. What was your question, Kurt?
Well, each team is allowed 10 OTA practices, and the Cowboys are only using 6. It's a coach's decision. Why? I mean, I get the need for rest and all that, but I mean, it's not like they're banging each other out. Okay.
Oh,
God.
Oh, the Big Bang Theory. That's that Big Bang Theory.
That's our show.
Great show.
God.
You know what I mean. But are you surprised, especially with new defensive coordinator?
I like how he tailed.
I should just leave.
He caught him.
Out of all the guys, Jesse.
No one
out
even,
of all the guys.
No one even said anything. He caught
He
himself.
knew it was coming. He knew.
And then he just tailed off at the end.
That wasn't going to slide by.
Oh my God. I think I'd learn.
Yeah, Mike McCarthy has a vacation to get to. No, I'm making that up. I don't know. Like, that's a great question. I don't think we have the answer to.
Some teams are doing it. There are other teams that are just doing 6, but I don't get it. You've got a chance here to work on things, and again,
with young guys.
Again, they're not real physical practices where they're hitting each other, but they're getting their bodies ready. I mean, why?
If my thing is this, if in most coaches, Mike McCarthy has a set number of installs that he wants to get in. Every head coach has a install, right? Offense, defense, whatever. And I think Mike's like, all right, this is where I feel we should be at the end of these. I got 10, 12, 14, 16. I don't know how many installs that he may have. And if he's gotten to his point of install and he feels like we're not going to go any further, then maybe he just shuts it down. I don't have the answer to it.
You know what I think, and this may play into this point, or it may just be something completely off topic, and y'all can be like, that doesn't even relate. But you would say he's a player's coach, right? Mm-hmm. The things that he does, the breaks he gives guys, and one thing I don't think we talk enough about around here, this team's constantly under a microscope from the media. Like any little thing.
We don't talk about that around here?
Well, I mean, I don't think we give him enough credit for like
navigating all this.
Right. Like the personalities you have over there and the ownership aspect, and he, for the most part, now every once in a while you hear something out of the locker room, somebody's family member will say something, and then the media blows that up, right, and something like that. And
talk about people on the show, family members. Sorry,
but for as little that actually happens, or at least gets out that happens, I think he does a great job of keeping his players happy, or at least keeping that kind of under wraps, because you guys know how it is around here. Any little thread that gets pulled is going to get pulled until there's no more thread to pull. And for the most part, the guys in the locker room seem really happy with how things are run over there. And you don't hear, there's not a lot of infighting. There's not a lot of laundry being aired out and everything. And I think maybe that goes into what you said. If he feels like he can get the job done, hey, I'm going to give my guys a break. And I think maybe those guys really appreciate not being worked all the way until, they maybe look at that and say, could have done 10 here. We only did 6 coaches. Maybe that plays into him being a player's guy.
But you said off air that they got the rookies 3 more weeks, right?
I think Chris
They've got him a few more weeks.
Yeah, okay, they got him, and that's who needs to work.
Yeah,
the rookies, the veteran guys. You may want Tolbert, Brooks to maybe come through every now and then, but those are the guys that need to work, because with this soft rebuild they're doing. It's going to be a lot of rookie starters, I think. I think there's going to be a lot of first and second year guys getting a lot of push this year. And so those are the guys that need to work. So once they, like Jesse said, they get the installs in, now let's just perfect that, if you watch film.
Yeah, but I think, again, Zimmerman's going to tweak some things. And like you said earlier, you're learning the cadences of Dak and that sort of thing. I would think it would be a bigger help than a hurt, I guess, to have those more time on the field.
Zim runs a 4-3 defense. And I think for the first few weeks, they're going to line up in a basic 4-3 defense. Learn this. Let's get this down. And then he'll start seeing if guys athletic can start doing stunts, twists, his blitzes. Because everybody can't, even though these things, techniques are components that you can do off of this 4-3 defense, everybody's not physically, mentally, athletic enough to comprehend this.
Yeah.
So,
I did a piece on Zimmer and was looking back. His last year at Minnesota, they ran their top 9 like defensive personnel plays, schemes or whatever, only had 2 linebackers on the field. So in this day and age, it's big nickel and nickel all the time, right?
Yeah.
So I wonder how much we're actually going to see change in formations. It's just bigger linebackers and maybe some of the things they do on the field. But I still think we may largely see just 2 linebackers out there most of the time.
Yes.
But 2 linebackers, right?
Right, that's the thing.
Like, that's
it's
two
the size
linebackers.
Actual linebackers.
2 actual linebackers.
It's not like the 2 or 3. It's the
right.
size of
it's
the guy.
It's the size of the guys.
Yeah.
It's not the motion in the ocean. I mean, it's not the size of the boat. It's the motion in the ocean.
Yeah. What he said.
What he said.
The size of the boat can make a difference.
And also, to be clear, I was looking up other people's mini camp schedule and OTA schedule. Philly's doing the same thing.
Yeah, there's several teams.
Yeah, so Philly's doing exactly the same thing we are doing. So,
what losers? Copycats.
Yeah.
So a couple of things. Go ahead.
Peanut butter and jealous.
Go ahead. I was going to go on to what he was talking about. Unless you're
What's that?
Well, we had talked about.
Is this off the air conversation?
No, I don't think so.
No,
okay.
We talked about.
It doesn't matter on this show
at all.
Getting the rookies involved early, and right now, you've got Tyler Guyton.
You got your center that should be starting.
They are in the second team right now. Why not throw them in first team immediately?
Nate's shaking his head, his hand over his face.
To me,
already,
that does not make any sense. I remember.
It does, and we're going to argue about this.
Let's go.
Let's go. I'm jumping into offensive lineman argument.
Let me say, I remember we started training camp, and I was the starting right tackle, and you could tell that. By the end results, Coach Johnson was asking Coach Wise for the first couple of days, hey, I thought we decided Big E is going to be the right tackle. Well, Nate's there. We don't want to just take Nate out. You can tell how it went because, we was in St. Ed's. We had this room a little bit bigger than this. It's the same width but longer. And we was in St. Ed's and we in our meeting room, and me and Big E sat right at the door. Me, right? Big E. Jimmy walked in that door, came around the corner, stood in front of me and Big E and said, Big E is my starting right tackle. Gentlemen, have a nice day. Wow. And I'm sitting there like you doing, looking at me, showing your teeth, but I was showing my teeth a different way, in a sad look. And I looked at Big E, I'm like, I just got my job snatched away from me, and the coach just said, have a nice day. But what it did, it started my wheels to churning. Like, you're not the starter, Brock. You're not the starter. You're not the starter, Edoga. The starters is the new guys. Why not get them in there and let them play? Let them get every rep. You're taking them from right tackle to left tackle. Let him get every rep. You're taking him from right guard to center. Let him get every rep. Because in training camp, you can tell if neither one of them can play it, you'll know. Michael Parsons are exposed to left tackle. I don't know who exposed the center because I don't know what Mozzie's going to do. He may not be heavy enough by that time. But you'll know. You'll know because they're going to get every snap. They're going to go into the first preseason game starting. Because I want to know. We drafted them like that. Don't play that game. It may hurt some feelings, but guess what? You're under contract. you can sit at home.
Let's argue. Let's go.
argue. Here's my me combating what you just said. Now, when this happened, was Big E a rookie?
No, he was a second-year player.
Second-year player.
Yeah.
So here's my 2 points on that. One, I get it. You drafted Guyton in the first round. Beebe was in the third round, right? So pretty high draft picks.
Mm.
Times are different than when you came up.
Right.
Completely different. There's more massaging players into situations than ever. Feelings are considered more than ever.
Right.
Overloading a rookie is in the thought process, especially with guys who are going from different positions to starting position, guard to center, right tackle to left tackle. So I think right now there's a bunch of pressure that comes in when knowing I got to go in a huddle, and it's the number 4 huddle. That's a different huddle when 4 is running the huddle than when 15 or 10 is running the huddle. So I can the calls are different. There ain't that many, audibles in there. I can kind of work my way into it.
So you don't want to make the stage too big too early?
I don't want to overwhelm them. And I know Nate's like, well, hell, this is football.
Right.
But the times are different. These kids are different. Feelings are different. Like you said, Jimmy walked in there and said, Big E's our right tackle. Have a good day, gentlemen. Didn't give a damn how you felt about it. You had an issue with it.
And I went and talked to him.
And
2 days later, I was starting left guard.
Exactly. And he was like, here's your options.
Yeah.
Left guard or left home.
Right.
Which one you want? And yes, coach, I'm going to go over here. And you said left guard? All right, cool.
Let me go get my footwork
together. And then the second thing is, I do think for guys like Brock Hoffman and Chuma Edoga, who've been around here for a long time, give me a chance to compete for my job. Give me a chance to compete for my job. Give me a chance.
I gave you a chance last year.
Brock Hoffman is working with the great Duke Manyweather. He got his highlight tapes going on out there. He's putting his clips out there, all the work he's putting in. Let me show you. Again, this is the introduction, right? We talked about OTAs at the beginning of the show. This is where I can show you what I've done in the offseason. This is where I can tell you, hey, coach, I really put in the time, energy, and effort of being a better football player than I was a year ago. And let me just show you. Now, by the time next week is going to be when it's no longer no longer voluntary, and all the big dogs are coming in, and it's really go time. That's going to tell a lot too. We're going to see if it's Brock Hoffman and Chuma Edoga at center and left tackle. That's going to tell a lot. Or, if there's how they're splitting up the reps. But I do think, and maybe I'm getting soft. Maybe old Jay Holly getting a little soft, a little tenderhearted in my old age. But I'm like, you know what? I've been here for a while. I've been in the trenches. I've been working. Give me a chance at least early on to compete for my spot. Don't just throw me to the wolves.
I have to wonder, when you were a young buck coming in that league, you saw that vet over there getting reps, and you're like, what the hell is he doing? Why am I getting those reps?
When I got older, yeah. But when I was a rookie, I was like, I want to get reps, but it was like Chad Johnson, TJ Hushmanzada, Chris Henry. They was like, get back, young fella. You better get mental reps.
Bruh, if you would have been a first-round pick, one of them would have been in trouble. If you don't mess around, this kid, Beebe, supposed to be one step from being an astronaut. He's so smart. I mean, I don't want to hear it. Put him in there and let him show that he can't do it. He been snapping to his grandmama. He's like, Grandma, come here. Put your hands. Don't bend them now. Pop. He popping grandmama's snaps. No, put them in there so they can start working together. When we go to training camp, fellas, they should not have a day off. If they say, hey, man, this is a mandatory day off, you should see our center out there snapping the ball to somebody. You should see our left tackle because this is a pivotal year for this team and these young guys. You don't want to be going into next year wondering about a guy. You want to go now knowing we know these guys going to be there. We got to have them because if we don't start these two guys, that's a loss. To me, that's a loss. I mean, we could have went somewhere else. We could have drafted somewhere else. I mean, that's a loss.
Well, that'll definitely be the probably the point of focus going into training camp. Who's taking first team reps in those positions? So
they need them.
I know. Let's take our last break. When we come back,
so when they hit them on the arm, they won't cry like you, Shannon.
Right. When we come back on Hanging with the Boys.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And they snap it to Prescott, who looks right. It's not there. He escapes left. He'll run for a first down.
Just like football, when it comes to crypto, it's important to have a team you can trust. With blockchain.com, I know I'm in good hands. Since 2011, they've been trusted by millions around the world to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency.
Prescott's going to run this himself. Run it up the middle, and he scores.
Whether you're new to crypto or an active trader, they've got you covered. What are you waiting for? Get started at blockchain.com.
How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy, classic wings. Made to order, cooked to perfection. And sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. And, of course, spicy Cajun fried corn. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at wingstop.com.
SeatGeek has your back no matter what kind of Cowboys fan you are. So whether you're a diehard fan or a don't really care fan, a we got 'em next time fan or we'll never win again fan, a here for the tailgate fan or a first one through the gates fan, SeatGeek not only makes buying and selling tickets easier than ever before, they made just about everything else easier too. So whether you're a here every week fan or haven't been here in years fan, SeatGeek has you covered. Download the SeatGeek app today. SeatGeek, your ticket to great Dallas Cowboys seats.
James Wright here, your 2022 Dallas Cowboys Fan of the Year. You know how much I love my Cowboys, and I am thrilled to be talking to you about the 2023 Fan of the Year award presented by Captain Morgan. We're looking for the ultimate Cowboys fan to spice up the game. That means you eat, sleep, and breathe the Dallas Cowboys. If that's you, or if you know someone like me, then go to DallasCowboys.com/fan of the year, and you could win tickets to Super Bowl 58 and so much more. Enter today.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to the final few minutes of Hanging with the Boys. Last segment's brought to you each and every day by Jigsaw, the official dating partner.
Did they get you hooked
Dallas
up?
Cowboys. I don't know, Chris. They get me hooked up yet?
Still working on it.
Still working on it.
That means Chris forgot.
Working on it.
No, I've requested.
Things move slow around here sometimes.
Trust me.
Sometimes.
Like contracts.
Yeah, contracts move real slow most of the time. They have recently anyway. It seems like they used to move pretty quick. They used to call like, hey, we're having a press conference today at 2:00, and everybody's like, what's going on? What happened? Oh, we extended this guy and we restructured this guy. Now it's like you're waiting a year before you think a contract's going to get done.
It's big contracts to do. They got to figure out how to manage that money.
Big contracts. All right, what do y'all want to talk about the last few minutes of the show? Kurt?
Well, I mean, let's talk about Dak a little bit. I mean, he's
low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, low-hanging fruit, man. Well, I can come up with something else if you want. Yeah.
I mean, all right. So let's talk about Trey Lance. That's gonna be a must-watch during training camp because everybody close your mouth. Take the surprise out your face. What are we talking about over there? No, because there has to be. People want to know. They want to see. They want to know what is the plan. What is the process? What are we going to do with Trey Lance? Mm-hmm. You brought him over here. It was big hoopla when you traded for him. And
did we just waste a pick, or was there a plan?
What is the plan?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Like, what is the plan for Trey Lance? And I get the time frame that he came in last year. Didn't really give him an opportunity to kind of to really fully immerse himself in the offense. But now you've been through a season. You've been through an off season. Are there any expectations for Trey Lance? And let me stir the pot a little bit. Just a little bit. If we get to training camp and we get to preseason games, and a contract has not been signed by Dak Prescott.
Oh,
and the Cowboys.
Oh.
And Trey Lance goes out there and has a really good preseason. I'm not saying that you're going to cut Dak. I'm saying, will you then let Dak ride out that contract and go like, you know what? We may found our quarterback for the future that's going to cost us $25 million, $30 million. Yeah. You know, Baker Mayfield type deal.
You know, if I was a conspiracy theorist, I would say that's been their plan all along. Give him a year to get used to the system. Give him a year to get in here. And then in year 2, we'll put him in the whole preseason and see what we really got. And then we'll make a decision on Dak's contract.
So let me ask, so do you feel the same way you do about Chuma Edoga and Guyton and Beebe and Hoffman as you do for Trey Lance?
No.
Okay.
If Trey Lance was something special.
If he was a first-round draft pick?
If Trey Lance was something special.
Well, I mean, if he were here.
Yeah.
If we drafted him.
If Trey Lance was something special, wouldn't something have been leaked out by now? This is the land of leakiness. I mean, come on, man. Come on.
It's the land of what?
Leakiness. I mean,
that's a new one. That's a new one for the Cowboys. We are the land. We're the America's team and the land of leakiness.
Bruh, wouldn't we have heard something by now?
Yeah.
If I was a conspiracy theorist, I would say that they keep it under wraps. They don't want the leakiness to get out.
They don't want everybody to know how good he is.
How good he is. They don't want him to feel like, and his agency to feel like we really, really like him.
They value him, yeah.
They value him because then that price tag might go up.
Right.
Kurt, look up the Baker Mayfield contract. What did he just get? Was it $30 million, $25 million did he get? But right, if they decide to say, okay, well, we know what Cooper Rush is. We know what he's done for us. We know who he is. And so we're going to give, Trey Lance every opportunity in training camp and in the preseason games, right? Because we only got 3 of them now. So he gets first half, 3 quarters, right? You get first half of the first game, first half of the second game, 3 quarters of the third game.
Mm-hmm.
And what if he's like out there slinging that thing? And it's like, oh, this is what they saw coming out of college. This is what the Niners saw, and now we're getting a chance to kind of really.
Did he ever start for the Niners?
I think he did. He started some games for the Niners.
He did start some?
Yeah, he started some games for the Niners.
He got hurt a bunch, and he was battling injuries.
Yeah. What's the Baker Mayfield contract?
Average of $33 million.
33 sounds a lot better than 60.
Yeah.
33 sounds a lot better than 55.
Yeah. But Baker was the man in Cleveland. This kid never been in Cleveland. No. Remember he started in Cleveland?
He started out.
Yeah, he played. He started in Cleveland.
Right.
And then it ain't so much that he couldn't play quarterback. He fell out of favor with his coaches, with his players. He became that arrogant guy that, and now he wasn't living up to all the commercials. That's what got him, the commercials. Like, man, we turn around this dude on TV and throwing him stuff. So it was a whole lot reading into him. But what is read into this guy, Trey Lance? Read something into Trey Lance.
That's the mystery, right? Is that not the mystery? That is the mystery of Trey Lance. What is he?
Yo, why did we do what we did and then
give up a 4th-round pick that you really could have used
for him just to roll through here and have a few cups of coffee and be gone in 2 years? Like, I think that's
what do you think? Dak said he's pushing me. I'm somebody that I don't like, or that I'm somebody that I don't like it to let other people get more reps than me. And Trey is the person I need to watch. Do you think he's?
Dak said that?
Dak said that. Do you think he's just being nice, or is he feeling a little pressure? Or?
I think if he felt pressure, he wouldn't say that out loud.
Probably. Yeah.
He's probably being a good teammate and a good leader.
Yeah.
Like, this guy's like, I ain't worried. If he's worried, like,
if Dak said that right there. Give him $70 million. All right.
He ain't got nothing to worry about it.
For real. Man, were you comfortable enough as hey, Jesse, but Nate's pushing me, man. I'm at wit's end. But I'm in line to get a contract for $6 million. Come on, man. Come on, man. Trey Lance ain't got nothing against you, brother.
Something has to happen with Trey Lance, right?
They can't. Yeah, you can't just sit on your hands and
like we got to see something. This has to be the moment of truth. Like this preseason has to be. This training camp has to be the moment of truth. Like I don't know how many Romo Wednesday they're gonna give Dak Prescott, whatever. But I
don't need to see Cooper Rush. I'm good. I need to see Trey. I know what Cooper Rush is. He can get in there and win you some games if you need him to.
And that's where sometimes I fall. I'm like, yeah, you don't need to see me. But if not seeing me means that you see him, and then if you see him and he does really well, then you really won't see me because I disappear, I go away. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, hold on now.
So Cooper Rush is the one that really should be upset.
Now, if y'all want to show me y'all really not gonna get rid of me, extend me. Give me a little bit more money to show me that you really trust me while you're trying to figure out what that is. Because don't just say
that's a good point.
Don't just say let's see all of this kid and push me to the back burner. You know what I mean? Like. I don't know. But something has to be done with we got to see something with Trey Lance.
Yeah.
And if I was a conspiracy theorist like you, Shannon, I would say that if he balls out in preseason and there's no contract that we get done, that could be interesting. That could be an interesting
topic.
How much money
is Trey Lance
all year?
How much money is Trey Lance making?
He's this year.
Fifth year? They pick up his fifth year?
No, they didn't.
No.
They did not.
So he's on. I mean, he's probably
his cap hits $5 million.
It must be nice to be a mystery at $5 million a year.
His average,
it must be nice, man.
His average salary from his original contract was $8 million.
Can you imagine, like in the real world, not the sports world, like somebody's paying you $5 million and everybody outside of your boss is wondering, are they really good at their job?
Yeah. Can he do this?
Can he do it? Because, I mean, everybody around him is really doing everything. He's just kind of hanging out, waiting on his opportunity. But, we want to hang on to him at $5 million.
And the guy that's in his position saying, he's really coming at me.
That'd be a good life to live, though.
Oh yeah.
Man, he's so sweet. So sweet.
Backup quarterbacks, they got it made, right?
Backup quarterback, man. Backup quarterback.
They don't even carry clipboards anymore. They carry the tablet, right? Carry the tablet and
everybody says, "Oh, we want to see him. We want to see him." And he don't have to get out in the field and do that.
Doesn't have to get his arm slapped.
Don't see me. Just leave me over here. Let me keep collecting these checks.
All right, fellas, we got to get out of here. The next show's peeping around the corner. Stay tuned for Girls Talk, Boys Talk.
Good to have you back.
Good seeing you, Jess.
Yes, sir.
Kurt,
Yes, sir.
good seeing you, Jesse. Good seeing you, Nate. Always good seeing you, Chris. Thanks for keeping us on the air. What's your roommate's name in the back?
Trey Lance.
Josh.
Josh, thanks for keeping us on the air. Jazz, thanks for keeping Chris company.
Josh knowing more than Trey Lance.
She's left?
No, I got a new roommate.
Josh moved to the back.
Josh back over here?
Yeah.
Josh is with me, and so is Jazz. We got Jazz and Josh.
I think Derek's trying to expand his office.
There's 3 of us in here.
Go back in there. They rearranged the furniture. It looks good. It's very spacious.
Stink.
Yeah. Oh.
No windows in there. It's tight.
Man. Put a fan in there.
No, I got air freshener.
There we
in
go.
here. Don't worry.
Oh, so you trying to say they smell?
No, I'm just saying there's a lot of bodies in here.
We'll be back next week. Same time, same place. Hanging with the boys.
We out.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!